Welcome to my high voltage hustle.
Oh my god, 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 oh my god.
You'll see me bid on my parts car. And you'll see this gorgeous mini truck come alive. Well, before you start tearing it apart, stop. I'm Bailey. I'm an educator, builder, and DIYer. And in this series, you'll join me as I rip apart a Nissan Leaf and install its electric powertrain into a 79 Datsun mini truck. I've wired a lot of powertrains, but this will be my first EV swap from start to finish. Come watch me learn as I go and laugh at my mistakes. So plug in, grab some popcorn, and join the hustle. Hi, welcome to video 2 of my series of converting a truck from gas to electric. In this video, I really want to deep dive into 3 core skills that I think that you need to get yourself ready to work in the EV value chain and electric vehicle industry. I've been in this industry for a handful of years now, and I've trained hundreds of people. And I think these 3 things that you can learn here on YouTube University will go a really long way. The first one that we're going to go over is Ohm's Law. The second one are the 3 major systems that are found in an electric vehicle and like what truly makes a traditional car different from an EV. And then the third thing is tips for you to develop a troubleshooting mindset. But first, I want you to know that I am a guide, not a guru. So I want you to take a little bit of time to learn about me. So let's get into it. Who am I? On paper, I am actually a teacher. I have a master's degree in secondary education. I spent 10 years in the classroom teaching both STEM education as well as career and technical education. But for the last 2 years, I have been building mechanic training and teaching EV technicians how to build, service, and repair electric vehicles. And now I want to try my hand at building one myself. So off paper, however, I grew up in Motor City, Detroit. You know, my whole family worked for the big 3. Both my parents just recently retired from a major automotive company. And, I spent my upbringing, being babysat by my 3 brothers, bleeding brakes in the barn in the middle of the winter barefoot. And so it's just something that's kind of grown up in me. I graduated high school during the 2008 financial crisis in Detroit, and I ran as far away from the automotive industry as I could and became a teacher. But now I find myself back because I want to take the skills that I learned as an educator to help build a strong blue-collar workforce in automotive technology around electric vehicles. I think that they meet an awesome climate resilience, but if you don't care at all about climate change, they're just wicked fun to drive. The torque on an electric vehicle is just unmatched at the drag strip, and I wanted to come back into the automotive industry to get people like my own family from Detroit excited about this new vehicle technology. And so I'm going to have my hand at actually taking out the parts of an OEM electric vehicle and installing them into a classic car or truck to do some EV resto mods, because I think it's important for us to build a culture around this new technology, just like the LS swap industry. We knew that movement was so young. We were on a new frontier back 20 years ago, and now it's pretty much a household project. Have you tried LS swapping it? But now nobody's ever done EV swaps before. They're very new, and I think we get to kind of write this new aftermarket culture, and I'm really excited about that. So join me along my journey. There really is no rule book for how to do electric vehicle service, building, and repair. Even big OEMs don't even make their cars the same every 2 years. So we're learning together, but I'm really excited to try my hand at it as well. So join me as I look into converting a vehicle to electric. See what happens. So the first thing is Ohm's law. It's this really old dude from back in the day who realized that V equals I times R. But that means that voltage is directly proportional to current. It's simple algebra. It's crazy that the higher the voltage that you're working with, the higher the current that will pass through the circuit. And that is what kills you. Voltage doesn't necessarily kill you. Gives you a scary shock, more like potential energy, if you will, but higher current will kill you. I think it's the NEC says that the upper safe limit of human exposure to current is it's less than 1 amp. It's 0.005 amps or 5 milliamps. So if you're working with high voltage, which all of the vehicles that we work with are, we need to make sure that we increase the resistance of our body so that we can lower the amount of current that we're exposed to. So the very first thing, the skill that I think that you need to understand to really understand how Ohm's law works in an electric vehicle is to have a fundamental understanding of that algebra. Tip number 2 to prepare yourself for skills in the EV industry is understanding the 3 core systems of an electric vehicle. They're really not that complicated. You already know suspension. You already understand fabrication. You already know how to do restoration. You already understand tires and axles and differentials. Even a transmission isn't that different. You know, if you understand gear ratios, things in an electric vehicle really don't change. The core 3 systems that you need to familiarize yourself with are the motor, the battery, and the charging system. Those are the only things that make an electric vehicle different. If you zoom in a little bit on how an electric motor works compared to a combustion motor, if you look at, instead of a fuel line, you're looking at high voltage cables and the battery system and how it talks to the ECU, but now it's called a vehicle control unit. And then thirdly, if you understand how all of that charging system connects to talk to the battery system, you really realize that the vehicles aren't that different. And the third tip that I have for you to self-educate is really to understand the troubleshooting mindset. You know, Murphy's Law. Stuff's gonna go wrong. So if you have a problem-solving mindset, that is a great skill. I think we live in an era, and I'm guilty of this as a millennial too, of we've always had the answer in our pocket. We've always known how to look something up and find the answer. But electricity is invisible, so it's not really easy to Google how to solve the problem. It's a little bit harder in that way. And so I know this is more of an ambiguous skill, but problem solving is really valuable when your problem is invisible. So, you know, go get that Luminosity app back and those brain teasers and the Sudokus that your grandma is asking you to do with her on Sundays, and build your problem solving skills, because that's something that's, I think, in a lot of industries is going to be really valuable. Because although I'm talking about building an electric vehicle, everything runs on electricity. Servers, drones, satellites, the Mars colony, everything. So if you can prepare yourself like you're already living on a spaceship and that you can figure out how to problem solve, that is, I think, one of the greatest skills that you can bestow in your workplace, because it's not a skill a lot of people have. And if you're of the older crowd, that's a skill that you do have. If you're not a millennial, if you're Gen X and before, you didn't grow up with a dictionary in your pocket. And therefore, your problem-solving mindset and the way that you approach a vehicle issue that you can't solve, that is a skill that you should bestow onto others, because it's not easy to be able to look at a hunk of metal and the wires and the spaghetti mess of a harness and figure out what's wrong. So understanding a little bit about Ohm's law and electrical theory can go a really long way. Having an understanding of the 3 main systems in an electric vehicle are really valuable. And then finally, remembering that troubleshooting and problem solving is a skill that has been taught out of us in our education system, and it's something that you should go and practice yourself. So quit doom scrolling right now, go download a productive brain teaser app and try to spend a couple days a week working on that, because it's something that'll really come in handy in whatever pathway you move forward in. Can you tell that I just built this table and I'm like really excited about it? I'm just like hugging it as I make this video. But anyway, if you like this video, I want to deep dive a little bit more into Ohm's law and how to use a digital multimeter in another video, because I think that deserves its own video. I want to talk a little bit about the math because I know not everyone likes algebra. So if that flew over your head, please check out my other video that's specifically about Ohm's law and how to use it to keep you safe before you get started touching high voltage. Anything over 12 volts can be dangerous.